Welcome back to Soda City Live, everyone. We have two guests in the building who have created an amazing fundraiser. They're really doing so much for those who are going hungry here in the Midlands and in the state of South Carolina. They're hosting the 3rd annual Contractors of Hope fundraiser, and this will benefit the Harvest Food Bank that's taking place next Wednesday. And contractors from all over the Midlands are going to be assisting with this event. And joining me today with Thomas Concrete Incorporated, Scott Rankin and Keith Paulus, the two organizers for this amazing fundraising event. Scott and Keith, welcome to the show.
Thank
you so much for being here. So you really saw this back in 2020, right? When people were at Harvest Food Bank, Harvest Hope, during the pandemic, looking for something to eat. We know that the pandemic affected so many people. And so how did you come up with this idea to host a fundraising event to help them?
It was actually watching WIS. It's certainly not a shameless plug for WIS,
Yeah.
but you had the aerial footage of the lines from Harvest Hope, and they went all the way past I-77 from the Shop Road Food Bank. And it was heartbreaking because you'd see, you know, veterans and the elderly and people who normally, you know, over and over would not had never visited the food bank. In addition to that, their funding had taken a dramatic hit, and their donations, which a lot of them were from restaurants, you know, had all closed down. So we decided to kind of do some things after that. Keith and I haphazardly threw an event together and raised $1,500 and decided that if we put a little effort into it, that, you know.
More than a week.
Yeah.
Well, maybe a week may have been great. Maybe more than 48 to 72 hours.
Yeah.
So our first official year was 2021.
Yeah, it was 2021, and it also had helped that Scott was already a musician, so it's not like we had to put together.
Nice.
We just said, Scott, you're going to play for 3 hours,
Yeah.
and, you know, for free.
So this
and-
was right up your alley.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no one wants to hear me play for free. But thankfully I had some contacts, and interestingly, friends of mine who toured with big bands, and you know, they were all home too. So that first year was really neat, you know, that the music component that a lot of us had missed, and it was a great marketing event. But first year we raised 14 or 15,000, which I'd like to preface with, Keith and I are probably two of the most unremarkable individuals you'll meet. And this
It
goes
sounds
to
pretty
show that
remarkable to me.
everybody can make a difference.
Yes.
That's right.
And last year we raised 35,000.
Look at that. From
And-
just a year's difference.
And maybe 1,000 pounds of food too. I mean, it was.
Yeah, it was
very good.
actually 4,000 or 5,000. This year, we honestly think that we could double it again.
It seems like you're only going to go up from here.
That's
So
right.
speaking of this year's
And
event,
our goal is to literally take over Columbia.
Oh, that's
starting
good.
at City Hall.
And just go all over,
that's right.
yeah. So people
gonna
donate
dissolve
now.
everything.
Tell us about this year's event. I know that you may not be providing the music, but there's still going to be some great musicians there,
Yes,
right?
and everyone is much more excited that I won't be actually performing. We've got two of my favorite bands, guys I was on the road with for years, a band called Finnegan Bell. They were signed to Sony at one point. Another great local band, which is Slim Pickens. Awesome three-piece, great guys. In addition to that, this year we've incorporated some table sponsorships so people's company could be involved. We have companies that have been involved throughout the event from the beginning. Titan Concrete Company and Dan Kell Concrete Cutting have allowed us to be able to do these things. The auction items, we've got $1,200 bottle of Pappy donated by Wholesale Wine and Spirits in Sumter. We got Brackish Bow Ties, a sponsor, my friend Ben Ross, a Columbia guy who started the company. I've been to plenty of events with auction items.
Y'all have the best.
These are cool.
These are cool.
And I'm
These are
not,
really
I'm not
cool.
putting down any of them, but like high school, maybe junior varsity, like PhD level.
Oh, I love
They're
it. I
really
love
great.
it. I'm going to bring up the information so we can make sure you have a big crowd this year.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if you would like to donate and help with the 3rd annual Contractors for Hope, nice fundraising event. It's a fundraising event, but it's going to be fun. It's going to happen November 9th from 5 to 9 at Steel Hands Brewing. Of course, that's in Cayce. So come out, make sure you look at the auction items, and most importantly, donate. And you can bring canned foods, right?
Canned goods. The nice thing about that, we try to push monetary support. $1 will typically purchase about 3 or 4 meals. 1 in every 7 kids in South Carolina is food insecure. 1 in every 10. I mean, and just in the Midlands alone, it's almost 500,000 people.
Yeah, well,
So-
thank you both for what you're doing and,
Yes, ma'am.
and helping people. And make sure that you send us some pictures and
Oh,
videos.
absolutely.
We would love to update our viewers on the event. And we need to know how much you raised this year.
Oh,
I know it's going to
absolutely.
go
I
over the
didn't.
top.
I didn't give Keith an opportunity to talk at all.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'll just preface with what Scott said. We're going
Yeah.
to try to get great photos this year. That's one
Yeah.
thing we lacked in the past.
Yeah.
But hoping to have a really good library of those for next year.
Fun.
Yeah, and we're really looking forward to the event. Thank you, Steel Hands. I mean, they've been so great and just letting us use the facility. I mean, the
Yeah.
Lamberts have been awesome, and
Ashley Lambert's been awesome.
yeah, and
Scott,
and it's really great.
I'm so glad that you have people from the community supporting you and helping you. So I know this event is going to just
Yes,
grow
ma'am.
even bigger by next year. So thank you for coming on the show and telling us about it.